Hello and welcome back to my episode 4 of Modded Factorio Let's Play series. Last episode we got Tier 2 Science set up. We got, as part of that, yeah, well, the necessary components anyway, basic electronic board set up, and quite a bit of other things. So in between episodes, I've got a small steel setup here, and we're gonna be doing first off. We are sitting pretty much at the limits of power, so we're gonna be now that we've got steel up and going, we are going to start doing boiler Mark IIs and steam engine Mark IIs over here, which should give us a pretty good increase on the power production. After that, we'll see what else needs to happen. Again, also the electrical mining drills Mark II. Again, we're behind the steel and electronic boards, so we will probably be boosting those as well, which actually have a better um, pollution to item ratio. Even though they put out more pollution, they also put out a lot more items, so the ratio actually goes down there. So anyway, we'll be doing that, and well, let's see here, go through there. Anyway, yeah. So let's see here. Steel smelting is done. That was done off camera. You can also see here the coal. The little patch that I originally tapped for power has almost completely dried up. It's only got 3.9 thousand left there. So I've got some Mark 1s over here pulling that off. But we do need to get away from coal as our primary power source quicker rather than sooner rather than later. So, because we're gonna be completely out of it, and yeah, it looks like there's a small patch way up there, but nothing really out here anywhere else that I have found yet. So before we run out, we definitely want to switch to a renewable and available source in the wood. We do have 19,000 wood here, and that can be compressed quite well into these same fuel or vehicle fuel pellets, and it's actually one of the most efficient ways. If we go over here, we will take the wood, break it into cellulose fiber. We get no fuel there, but it's still there anyway. We then take that 12 cellulose fiber, which, if you see here, 1 raw wood, which is 4 megajoules, breaks it into 4 cellulose fiber at 1 megajoules. 12 cellulose fiber goes into 12 megajoule wood pellets, but we get 2 of them out of it rather than 1. So that's a doubling of our available megajoules. So it creates 24 out of the original 3 wood. And so 12 there. So we're now going there. We do have a technology right here that we can then turn 8 wood pellets into 4 wood bricks. So that's 2 wood pellets, 24. We can compress it into a single item at 25, which is a slight improvement. Or we can go here and where is it? Wood pellets, 3 wood pellets, which would be 36, turns into 40 megajoules there. Alternatively, if we came here, that would be 3, what did I say? 12, 24, 48, 60? No, 72 turns into 80. So, do we go here 36 into 40, or here, which is the 36 or the wood bricks. But either way we go, it ends up putting out the same amount of fuel as the vehicle fuel. The wood bricks do have a denser fuel value, but that's really not that big of an issue at this point, with the way that this is set up. And actually, here we can actually start switching these. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. So Mark II, Mark II. Again, this is also an efficiency of 60%, where this is an efficiency of 50%. So we're again getting a higher percentage of the fuel actually in use. So that is definitely a good thing. And actually we'll go one more because I'm going to eventually be just adding one more set here, and I'll push this over further. So lots of crafting. I'll bring you guys back in once this is set up and I decide what the next project's gonna be. Well, that was pretty quick. So let's take a look at our power now. We're still sitting there right at that 8 to 9 megajoules, but we now have a whole lot more capacity. And so we might have missed one. Which one is it? There it is. Okay. Anyway, significantly more power nonetheless, and still not using that much more fuel, so that's definitely a good thing. I think next piece is gonna definitely need to be the getting it over into the wood based, as well as bringing this back over. We'll just go like so. There we go. All right. Now the question is where should we do that wood processing? Because it is a fairly large process. And I think we're probably gonna need, yeah, we're gonna need more space. More iron. We know where to get that. And actually, we may just need to upgrade and redo this whole entire area again. But I think we've got a fair bit of pulp. We're continuing to build that here, and I've actually switched this over to use the pulp resin wood process and start stockpiling more of the raw wood in preparation for this step. But I think we're going to need to be doing some more greenhouses as well. So, yeah. Okay. Be right back. Alright, so it's been a little bit longer than I originally expected, but what we've got now, you can see I completely redid this. I've actually got a Angel's Warehouse here, one of the big ones, that I'm just using as a everything wood processing sorting setup. I've got two these guys here, making this turn the raw wood into seedlings, feeding in. Both of these are on circuit networks, saying keep 100 in here. I've also got the Bio Industries process to make seedlings, where we turn the wood into seeds, and then that feeds the seeds into seedlings. But funny enough, this process actually produces more and does better, and I think for cheaper than this process does. So I may just go with a couple more of these and call it good, rather than dealing with this further. But I don't know, I kind of like the way that this looks, and so it may be whatever it may be. I also went ahead over here and I've been increasing the, well, I changed up the layout here so we can actually get um, automated, uh, well, it's sort of a mall type situation that I'm kind of doing with just the logistics and transportation aspects of it. I've also been dealing with some of the stuff up here and on the map over here. I kind of been playing with a layout, but that'll be down the road a little bit because there's still some pieces that I'm missing and some layout stuff that needs to get changed, and that feeds more towards a bus system, which I certainly do not have set up at this point. So anyway, now the other piece here is the wood system. I have got that set up, and you can see that it does take quite a bit of space here. So we got a loader outputting to this, pulling wood. We're in a 3:2 ratio. This right here, assuming everything's a crafting speed of 1, even though it's 7.5, it's all the same, so I'm just counting it as 1. This right here produces 2 cellulose fiber per second. These right here take 12 every 4 or 3 per second, so it's a 3:2 ratio to spit out 1 wood pellet per half second. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wood pellets per second total across this. And then this guy right here, it doesn't actually show in there. We gotta come down here. It uses 3 every 4 seconds. We've got, again, 4 per second. So this actually will produce a little, will consume a little bit more than what is there. No, actually, that's 3/4 of a wood pellet per second. So yeah, it'll actually back up slightly. Oh well, it's better to be overproducing than under. Anyway, and then we come over here, we got that, and then it just feeds up, and essentially just reverted part of this. Actually, that can get straightened out, but whatever. So that is feeding everything quite nicely. The next piece that I'm going to probably be working on, well actually let's go to our to-do list. Wood pellets are done. We're working on the mall, and it is what it is. But the next thing that we're going to need to do, I think, is some more bigger base planning. We'll work on the main bus thing. Here, let's take a look. And got definitely some space this direction that we could go. We also got sapphirite, jovalite there, rubite. Oh, we've got the 4 core there, and then critinium over that way. So where do we want that? Also, these guys are getting pretty active, and we are definitely getting a fair bit of pollution over here that they're eating away. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be working, I think, on a main bus. I'm thinking that we gather, I'll pull this up here. We gather everything, I'm thinking pull it northward. up this direction and then start processing it here, and then we can bring the jovolite and this crotinium, bring it up this way, and then do kind of a drop off so that once these are fully mined down and brought up here into storage and processing, then we can continue out and just start bringing those again right down here. I'm thinking let's go raw deposit, and we'll go with a train. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Even though we'll probably be running on the wooden rails to begin with, at least. And again, with those kicking out stuff, we're gonna need to start some more things. Actually, let's see here. Don't have a whole lot, but we do have some. I think those are one of the only two turrets that we've made, so we definitely need some more iron. So let's start collecting. Anyway, I'm going to collect some resources and get ready to go out there, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to go kill some alien biters. Alright, so I've got some here. I've got about 40 piercing round and a couple of gun turrets. It's going to be tight, but I think we can do it. So here we go. Definitely helpful. And let's come on. And there. And oh, come on. There we go. Bam! We are done. So we'll collect that. I don't think I'm going to push any further, but that was where we needed to go. And we got 16 rounds left over. Yep, we had the 40 piercing rounds, which between the ammo and the rounds plus our extra, I calculated that out to 4,400 damage. But I also forgot that Mark IIs also give us a damage bonus of 25%, which definitely helps there. So that will push them out of our area for a while. I'm sure we'll have to push that one back at some point, but that should do it for at least a little bit until we can come over here and probably clean these out so we can get to that jovolite. Anyway, so let's get back to what we were doing with the mall, because pushback biters is done. Next thing, well, that main bus mall combination thing. There we go. So, again, we were bringing that deposit area up here, and so if we come over this direction, we could bring that up. We'll have to do some lanes, buses up here, and then do some sort of a storage facility for all 6 ores here, and then process those, refine them, excuse me, through different processes to get stuff. And then I think I'm going to actually do a ingot bus, which is the piece here. We can take these ingots into all sorts of different things, and many more once we get them unlocked. So, oh, here we go. But I think I'm going to actually put ingots onto a bus and then cast them uh, in another area, um, just because that would allow for much easier bronze uh, creation, which are necessary for uh, the fast splitter series, the red. So, and I think actually we'll need it for the next tier of. Oh, where is it? Uh, there we go. Spectrum, copper, gold, aluminum, steel, gold, aluminum, nitrogen, and okay, so I guess it doesn't need copper for tier 3, or bronze for tier 3, but we are going to want them for logistics so we can get red belts, and there may be some other miscellaneous things that are necessary there as well. So we've got kind of a general idea. We're gonna do ingot bus there. Actually, let's put in that, and then we'll bring that down into some sort of ingot to plate, processing. We'll go with that way. Hey, look at that. So refining to an ingot bus of some kind. Again, this is just kind of large scale processing down to plates, and then um, main bus there with probably science here, and yeah, we'll go with that one, and then probably small here. So that somewhere's that one. All right. So we've got a general uh, area here. We're going to kind of wrap around this, and then I think this will probably end up turning into, oh, I don't know, power, or I may, yeah, I don't know. But that'll give us a kind of a general start, a general place that we can begin going through, and from there, hey, look at that, we've got a couple more coals. We'll move from there. Okay, so we had a quick detour here. I was looking at these Mark II machines for the resource refining section, getting the 6 core into all the different material ores. And the tier 2s require clay bricks, and they're better, they're faster, all the way around. Something that we want to strive towards. So we went through and set this up here. So what we've got is we've got a seafloor pump right here, set up right there. We bring that viscous mud water that it pulls up over here to an area that we can actually build, because, you know, yeah. And then we run through. First we wash it. We've also pulled regular water off of just these bio nursery and line because there's the offshore pump here can put out way more than these guys are using. So we just kind of pulled that off here as well. Anyway, we mix the viscous mud water and regular water. We get some mud and we get heavy mud water. Heavy mud water comes over here and we get concentrated mud water. Concentrated mud water can be mixed to make clay, which we need, and it also makes light mud water. Light mud water makes limestone and thin mud water, and thin mud water makes sand. We then mix the sand, the clay, and the limestone that gets blast furnaced into lime to make unburnt clay bricks, and then cooked to make clay bricks. At the moment, I'm just manually feeding fuel into these two. Everything else is automatic. And the extra mud that gets pulled out of here, I'm just putting over here to turn into landfill. We've got 5 so far. Not anticipating a whole lot of need because you can see we've got a whole lot of water here, but it is what it is. So if we do need some to cover it up, or we want to clean up the edges here, and I do believe we've got water fill somewhere as well. Let's see if we can find it. Search function works. Yes, we do. Water fill. So we can actually make water out here once I get that tech. So then we can put a hole, put a pump down, cover it back over, and we've now got ourselves an instant well, essentially. So we don't need a whole lot of that, but we don't create a whole lot of mud out of this either. So anyway, just wanted to bring you guys in and show you this layout, which is about as compact and dense as I can get it to create our clay bricks. And now we can do a fair number of Mark II type things once we unlock them. So anyway, I'll bring you guys back in again later. Alright, so I've just been consolidating our video down, and we're about out of time for this episode. So just a quick recap. We started off with upgrading our power to tier 2s, so we've got plenty again. And then after that, we started moving over and getting all of our wood as our primary power source. So we added some more greenhouses. We reconfigured all of this so that we're now using a central sorting warehouse to pull everything in and out of and send it to where it needs to go. Then come down here, turning the raw wood into cellulose fiber, and then into wood pellets, and then into vehicle fuel. Then we pump that vehicle fuel back up to our power. After that, we then started looking into expansion. We took out the spitter nest over here, or biter nest, whatever, and started looking at some larger scale. You can see kind of up here where I just began putting together a dump station there, but bringing that down, turning it all into stuff, and then science mall. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us in the next couple of episodes with getting some of this processed, probably pulling these 4 up plugged into there and bring them down, as well as grabbing this jovolite, clearing this out, probably grabbing some of the crotinium just so we've got all 6 of them there. And we've also got a 7th one over here on the end, which will be coal, because we haven't unlocked all of it yet. Well, we've got some of it there. You can see coke, oxygen or coke, Some of the things a little bit further down the road will also need carbon as part of the processing. So that will be um, coming up. Anyway, I do want to thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, share it, subscribe, and if you've got anything you want to let us know about, the comment section is always open. Thank you very much, and you guys have a great day.